body contains around 6 litres of blood. Enough to fill just 3 of these bottles. Cut yourself, and out comes the blood. That's why the main thing on your mind should be to stop it.
Well, me and my friend Lance were just having a little bit of a bike ride. We turned around this corner, we were having a bit of a race, and then suddenly these 2 girls just came out of nowhere. I went over to see if Lance was alright, and he'd cut his arm really badly on some sort of sharp metal sticking out the curb.
Bleeding can often look nastier than it actually is. The thing to do is keep your wits about you and don't panic.
I'll go and get a first aid thing here.
First, apply pressure to the cut with a handkerchief or even just your hand to try and stop the bleeding. And try and raise whatever's injured so it's higher than their heart. Treat the worst injuries first. If you've got a first aid kit, use it. Most kits have special gloves in them which you can use to stop infection. If someone has serious bleeding, make sure they're lying down, continuing to keep the wound raised if you can. Then you can put a dressing on it. With a serious cut, you also need to treat the injured person for shock.
In first aid, shock has nothing to do with getting a fright. If you're suffering from shock, it means your blood isn't circulating properly, so not enough oxygen is getting to the different parts of the body.
Shock can be caused by a heart attack or anything that involves loss of fluids, like serious bleeding, burns, or really bad vomiting or diarrhea. A person suffering from shock looks pale and sweaty with cold, clammy skin. They get thirsty and find it hard to breathe. Pain or fear can make shock worse, and if it isn't treated, you can die from it. So how do you treat against it? First, if you can, raise both legs. Don't let them have anything to eat or drink, because this could cause problems later if they have to go to hospital. Just keep them warm and look after them. For a minor wound, first wash it with running water. Then put a plaster on, wearing the gloves if you have them. How to deal with major bleeding. Put pressure directly on the wound to stop the bleeding. Raise the injured limb above the level of the heart. Lay the casualty down. Wear first aid gloves, if possible. Apply a dressing. Treat them for shock. How to deal with a minor wound. Wear first aid gloves, if possible. Wash the wound. Put a plaster on it.